We have 7 layers to our existence, 7 aspects of our existence. First is our body, second, our breath, third is our mind. It's the mind which through the ear experience the sound and sight, through the eyes, the sight, through all the 5 senses. It's the mind which experiences the world outside. My words are falling in your ears, your mind is elsewhere, then you won't hear what I'm saying. That function of our consciousness in which we perceive, we call mind. And then there's another aspect of consciousness, that is the intellect, which agrees or disagrees. You say yes or you say no. So that aspect of a consciousness is intellect, the 4th one. Then we have memory. Now if I ask you, what did you have for breakfast on 31st of May? Would you be able to tell me? Say, why 31st of May? Last week what we had, I don't remember. So what do we remember? That which is essential. You remember when you got married. You remember your birthday. You remember your spouse's birthday. You must, otherwise you will be in trouble. You better remember the birthday of your spouse. So we remember certain things, we don't remember certain other things. So memory often is reeling around that which is negative. If you observe the nature of our mind, it usually clings on to the negative. If you are given 10 compliments and 1 insult, what would you hold on to? Yes, 10 days of good time you have had and 1 hour of argument, what would stand up? 1 hour. But that's not the same with the kids. Have you noticed? Kids, they're crying, the tears are still on their cheek and they start smiling. Have you seen this scene? It's the most beautiful sight to see, when a child is crying and the tears are still on their cheek and they start smiling. We have all come onto this planet as a bundle of joy, a bubbling enthusiasm of love. Not one person has come into this world as a bad guy, right? Anywhere in the world, from Japan to Mongolia to Argentina to all over the world, you see, we have all been children of joy, of love, of beauty. But somewhere in the journey of life, we have forgotten that. Then we have our ego. Ego is, I am somebody, I am different, I am this, I am that. This sort of fence that we put between us and the others. The identity. This is taking a big toll in the world. Have you noticed that? We hold on to the identity. We have several identities. What are our identities? We are first and foremost, we are part of one organism, one life force. The second identity is we are human beings. And the third is we are male or female. Fourth is we belong to this religion or this country or that country, this language. All other identities are there. When we forget the basic identity, we are all human beings, are part of one universal spirit. That is when we get into trouble. One who is not mine or belongs to me, I keep a distance from them and I feel threatened by them. This is ego. And there is something which is beyond ego, the referral point of all changes in our life. Do you agree with me that everything is changing around you? Or some things are changing around you? Yeah? Your body is changing. Your thoughts are changing. Your emotions are changing. Your circumstances, situations are all changing. How do you recognize the change? Because there is something that is not changing. If there is nothing that is not changing, then you can't even know the change. So there is something in us that is not changing. That is the self, your higher self.